Yo, I am sitting in my Jeep because this is the only place that I can find some quiet time and won't be interrupted, so I can do a little filming here. And Conan, there's my boy. All right, so, man, I miss talking to y'all. Like, I really do. I was getting on a good roll there, like doing at least a video or two every week and a blog post, and we've got all kinds of content lined up, but we've just been so busy here lately. We think about you guys all the time, you know, like our focus is always bringing in people into this unique information and then supporting the people that we've, worked with in some capacity. And we understand there's a really big need out there for ongoing support, we always have people that go through the progression or work with us on a private basis and they just get it, it's just, it's something that they make a part of their life. And, no one's perfect with stuff, but, some people just get it and they move forward and it's not that big a deal. But the majority of us, like, we always need constant learning and nudging and bouncing in and out of this stuff in order to make this like a lifelong way of life, and we understand that. So I wanted to, anyway, our goal is to bring people into this movement, but also to support the people that we've touched and worked with, and we try to do that in as many ways as we can. And one of the ways that we do that is with these advanced programs. And over the years, we've had various advanced programs, and this one that we have right now, this PURIST and fat loss, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a big game changer. And so what I want to do is just address a few questions that have come in. And I think the main one that comes in anytime we launch something like this is this something that I need to do? What's your opinion? Like, should I do it? And I would say that, like, it just depends. Like, it depends on if you're seeing the results that you want, if you feel like you're stuck or you've backslid a little bit and you need something to get you back in the game. I believe that everyone would benefit from this program because the SHT is foundational. It's general. It's a general protocol. We're transitioning people from whatever it is that they're doing to our definition of real food and structuring your daily eating. And I know we cycle in and out of a lot of different things and learn a lot of different stuff, but we also have access to a lot of modern conveniences. And we have access to a lot of approved things that should be substitutes for what would otherwise be toxic foods, like pizzas and desserts and cookies and pastas and all this other stuff. And but the reality is those things should be consumed very infrequently, and you need to be as pure and real as you possibly can. And the SHT is a general foundational program, and it's designed to kind of transition you into doing the right things. But then I think everyone needs to learn how to optimize things from there, and that's what this program is about. We've gone through some different iterations of it in the past to try to fine tune it, and this year is the first time that we're actually combining the PURIST with the fat loss because they kind of go hand in hand. So to answer the question, should you do it? Is it something that you need to do? It just depends. It depends on how good you are with the basics and if you feel like you're stuck, or if you've completely fallen off the wagon. We all go through that. We all go through periods of being suboptimal, and including myself, and of course it's all relative. My version of suboptimal is probably very different from someone else's, but I still go through periods of time where I'm like, I know that I can do better. Like, I want to do better. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to be leaner. And I just went through one of these phases here recently. I just finished reading several books and putting together some different protocols and experimenting with them, and I felt like I just wasn't as optimal as I needed to be or could be. And that's the big question, actually. How do you get from, you learn a bunch of great information, put it into practice, see results, and then you backslide a little bit. And then the question is, that we're always asking is, how do you get someone who knows what to do, but just isn't doing it to get back on board? And it's really tough. Like, if I'm working with a private client, it's a lot easier because then there's some accountability. I have them journaling. We have goals, for a couple of weeks, and we do check-ins. And so that's one thing. But like with the general population, our general community, it's a little bit more difficult and nuanced because, I could sit here and say, well, this is what you need to do, but you already know what you need to do. So the question is, how do we get from where you are to back to being optimal? And I'll tell you, I put a lot of thought into this, and me and Nicole discuss it all the time, but I'll tell you, what I think works really well is you have to have some leverage, You have to have some leverage, and that leverage for me is I make decisions today so that I can look and feel my best tomorrow. And so when I'm in my periods of funk or suboptimal, and again, like suboptimal doesn't mean I'm off rails like eating donuts and stuff, but I mean just overdoing starches or sugars or approved items or whatever, or maybe alcohol. So when I'm in those periods and I'm trying to get back to optimal, I think about how I want to feel and look tomorrow. And that's my leverage. In the moment of decision, I pause with it and I think about how I want to look and feel tomorrow. And for the longest time here recently, I would pause and I still wouldn't make the best decision. I'd make better decisions, I'd move in a better direction. But I knew, because I've done this enough and I try to preach this and teach this, that as soon as you plant that seed of wanting to be better and do better, it's inevitable that it's going to happen at some point, right? So sure enough, night after night, I'd pause. I'd still go for whatever it is that was making me feel suboptimal, but I wouldn't do as much, and the pause would get longer and longer. And then I had this thing that really gave me a lot of leverage, and it was Rich's birthday party, where we had a pool party at his house, and I wanted to feel comfortable taking my shirt off. And so there was just one night, that I was like, all right, I'm just not going to go for it, And sure enough, the next day I felt absolutely amazing, clean and lean, and that gave me the momentum to do it again the next night and the next night and next night. Now here I am about 6-7 weeks later, and I'm telling you, I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. And that's because I'm 100% pure with real food, and I'm abiding by these little principles that we're going to teach in this Purist and Fat Loss program, So you got to find some leverage, and I think for most people, I'm looking at some notes so I don't forget stuff here. For most people, the key is to get back on track. You have to put yourself through a certain period of time where you experience what it feels like to be optimal again, and that gives you momentum to keep moving forward. Now, in my opinion, the best way to do that is to be involved in something, to constantly be learning and progressing and being accountable, and that's what we put these programs together for. So I think everyone would benefit from it, because I think too many of us, I see what's going on Facebook, and I attend social events and things, and I see what people are doing, and there is absolutely no judgment whatsoever on my end at all, because I'm just like everybody else. But when I hear people complaining about their body and things not shifting, and then I know what some people are doing, it's you don't need more cardio, you don't need more exercise, you don't need a magic pill or anything like that. You just need to clean things up. That's what you need to do. And that's what this is all about. The SHT is a general protocol. It's foundational. You have a lot of access to a lot of modern conveniences. And then from there, to optimize, you need to clean things up and get ultra pure with real food based on some guidelines that we're going to give you. You also need to understand how specific foods impact your blood sugar levels, because if you have elevated blood sugar levels throughout the day, even from foods that you don't think are going to elevate your blood sugar levels, it's impossible for your body to release fat stores. And then you also have to experiment with space and nurturing space and extended fasting and things like that. So that's what this program is all about. We start out just like everything else, simple and easy. We have 2 weeks of just the Purist protocol and guidelines, which is basically just real food guidelines and moderation guidelines for things that are approved. And then we get into some blood sugar testing. We test around our mornings and around meals to determine, what's your previous day's intake, how that's affecting your blood sugar levels and your body's ability to tap into fat stores. And then the final piece of it is going to be messing with fasting in different areas of the day, and then also messing with some extended fasting. So I hope that answers the question. Should you do it? I don't know. I think everyone would benefit from this, and we just love to see you and interact with you again, And there's an exchange of value here, you pay for a program with us, and that money is going to help and support other people, and that's what this is all about, bringing other people into this movement, giving people freedom and helping them move forward with the things that we know are beneficial and help people have a better life, So another question that we have is, this program so strict because it's 6 weeks that I can't live my life and go on vacations and things like that, because I think we're in vacation season. Yes, you can do this. And, I've been doing it for the past 7-8 weeks, and I've gone out to dinner, I've gone on a camping trip, I've done all kinds of things. I've had a couple nights where I drank more than is recommended, but that's perfectly fine. You're not going to have perfect all the way through 8 weeks, I doubt, or 6 weeks. So yeah, absolutely, you can do this in the context of anything else you have going on. And just like everything else that we say, this is one of those things that once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. So even if you go through it and you can't be perfect with it, learning the information is going to give you tools that you can use for the rest of your life. If you have a discount that you won at one of our recent progressions because of an award, or I think the second to last SHT we gave out a lot of $50 off and some other stuff. Like, absolutely you can use those things. All you need to do is email us and let us know you want to participate, and we'll send you an invoice for the discounted amount. But we need your RSVP like now, because we have to print guides and materials and all that kind of stuff. And then if you've also left reviews on our social media platforms, remember you get a 15% discount for leaving reviews. Let us know about that too, because we don't really track that. But if you just let us know, hey, I left a review everywhere that I could, then we'll give you the discount and apply that and send you a custom invoice as well. So yeah, I think that's about it. You know, we'd love to see you be a part of this and join us for it. We have a pretty solid group as it is right now. You know, like, the more people we can have in this stuff, the better. We'd love to reconnect with some of you that we haven't seen before. We'd love to know that we're doing some benefit and helping you progress and move forward. I want you to know everything that we do is from the heart, and we want to see you guys progress and continue to see improvements, and we love you and care about you, and we're doing this for the right reasons, and that's all there is to it. You know, so if there's anything that we can do to help you, obviously, even beyond, you know, joining this program or whatever, just let us know, because we care about you guys. We do. We miss you guys. I think that's it. Let us know if you have any questions, okay? And we will see you and talk to you very soon. And we are committed to constant content. You know, for a while there, we were doing really good with it. We've got some really good videos that we put together. One of them is on ingredients and a list of ingredients and approved things and not approved things, you know, all the different, you know, preservatives and stuff like that. We always get questions on that. And we also have a really good video coming out on cleansing, and I have a good video coming out on keto, because I'm seeing so much about keto. You guys need to understand, like, we've been doing keto since 2013. You know, like, we are experts at low carb and keto, and keto is not the big thing that everybody thinks it is. And we've got some things that we're going to debunk in this video. So, keto, in the context of doing everything else right, can be therapeutic for certain things, but I've seen it backfire on a lot of people. You know, so stay tuned and pay attention to that stuff. We're coming out with some really good stuff here in the near future. All right, reach out to us. Let us know how you're doing. Love you guys so much. All right, thanks so much.